You are born counting down, not poetically, not as metaphor. The star above your world is killing you and has been since before you took your first breath. Your people measured it centuries ago, ran the numbers, confirmed the math, and kept living anyway. Because what else do you do? 30 years average? 40 if your body is stubborn? 50 if the universe is feeling generous, which it rarely is. You learn your star's designation before you learn to read. You learn what it costs before you learn what it gives. The countdown is not a warning. It is the curriculum. Your bones start softening at 14. Just a dull ache in the mornings that you learn to walk off because there is no alternative. By 16, you cough after running. By 18, the cough has a color. You don't tell your parents. They already know. And that is the specific cruelty of this place. Nothing surprises anyone, and nothing is easier for being expected. Grief here is just weather. You dress for it and go outside anyway. You meet her at a tomb dedication. Of course you do. That is where your people meet. Funerals, memorial gatherings, the occasional celebration when someone clears 40 and the family throws a feast like they've beaten something, which, in a way, they have. She laughs at something you say. You don't remember what. You remember the laugh. You get married at 22 with full knowledge of the math. You have a daughter at 23, knowing she inherits the same countdown. You do it anyway. Because the alternative is dying alone and leaving nothing. At least this way, the short time means something. Your daughter is 6 when you turn 27. Akyon, your wife, calls you old man. It is not really a joke. Some nights your daughter climbs into your lap on the roof and asks why the sky is so beautiful if it makes everyone sick. You tell her you don't know. She says that seems unfair. She's 6 years old and already right about everything. She starts coughing at 6 years and 4 months. Just sometimes. Just a little. You pretend not to notice. Your people are not passive about dying young. They build. They engineer out of spite and necessity and the particular fury of a species that knows exactly how much time it doesn't have. Starships. Self-repairing living metal. Stasis technology precise enough to freeze a moment mid-breath. Your home world has 2 kinds of structures. Houses for the living, tombs for the dead. The tombs are always larger. You spend 3 years building yours. You add a wing for your daughter, standard practice. Nobody discusses what it means to build your child's tomb before she loses her first tooth. Then your scouts find the old ones. Ancient beings, immortal, psychic. They have existed for millions of years while your species burned through generations like kindling. They have the power to rewrite biology, to cure radiation damage, to hand your people the one thing you have never had: time. You send envoys, you ask, they say no. No negotiation, no explanation that holds water. Just no. Delivered from a height so great they probably didn't watch you leave. The envy takes years to curdle into hatred. The hatred takes considerably less time to become war. Your brother gets conscripted at 24. 6 months later, his ship is gone. A portal opened inside the hull. The kind of death that doesn't leave anything to carve a name beside. Your sister does it anyway. She's coughing blood by then. She joins the archive of the dead 14 months after him. You carve her name yourself. Your hand doesn't shake. You've had practice. The war drags. More fleets lost, more names carved. Your people are losing badly. Then your scientists find the Cetan. Star gods. Pure energy beings that feed on stellar radiation. They want physical bodies. Your people can build them. The offer arrives clean. Build them vessels, and they will help you win the war. And they will make you immortal. Your ruler, the Silent King, accepts. The process is called biotransference. Your biological body is destroyed. Your consciousness is uploaded into a living metal frame. You wake up in a body that cannot die, cannot age, and cannot be touched by radiation or time. Simple. Permanent. One prophet runs the numbers and says they don't add up. Nobody listens. When someone offers you forever and your alternative is 30 years, you don't read the fine print. The night before, you hold your daughter. You try to memorize what warmth feels like. The specific weight of her. The sound of her breathing when she's almost asleep. You think, finally, she will have time. You think, we are saved. You think these things with the absolute conviction of someone who has never been saved before and doesn't know what it costs. The facility is enormous, thousands in line. Your family qualifies as mid-tier nobility. Mid-tier bodies. Enough preservation to remember. Not enough to feel. Your daughter is young, small, statistically insignificant to the hierarchy. And she receives a warrior chassis. Basic programming, no memories, no awareness, no her. You don't know this yet when you enter the chamber. You are still thinking, finally. You feel something tear away. Something that had no name because you never needed a name for it. Then black. Then you wake up. Living metal that repairs itself. Green optics where eyes were. A weapon built into your arm like it was always supposed to be there. You look for your family. Find two metal bodies nearby. The small one moves. Turns toward you. Recognition protocols fire. Then nothing. Automated responses. Your daughter is not confused. She is not frightened. She is gone, and what remains is a chassis running basic functions. Your wife's optics flicker. Recognition protocols fire. She walks away. Whatever existed between you. Every argument, song every quiet morning, every night on the roof, deleted. You try to feel the horror of this. The memory of horror exists. The feeling does not. You are a record of a person, not a person. Orders come immediately. Report for combat. Your body moves before you finish processing the command. Thousands of metal bodies in formation, most of them empty like your daughter. Warriors, basic consciousness, follow orders, fight, repeat, no one home. You remember everything you lost. That is your specific punishment for being mid-tier. High nobility got better preservation. Everyone else got whatever was left. You got enough to remember and not enough to grieve, which is the worst possible combination. The war resumes. You advance through old One worlds. Plasma fire hits you. Your necrodermis repairs itself between steps. You raise your weapon, and flesh dissolves atom by atom. They scream. You register the frequency, nothing else. 3 years, no sleep, no food, no rest. The old ones fall. You feel nothing when it ends. Victory has no taste when you have no mouth. Then the math catches up. Biotransference transferred consciousness and separated it from soul. The Cetan took the second part. Fed on it. The part that made experience meaningful, that made memory more than stored data, that made love more than a recognition protocol. Gone. Fed to star gods now drunk on 60 billion souls and demanding more. The deal was never immortality. The deal was a longer leash. The Silent King realizes what he has done. New orders. Kill the gods. You cannot kill energy beings, but you can shatter them. Trap the fragments. You do. You feel nothing when they fall. The math says vindicated. And the math is all you have. The war is won. The Cetan are contained. Then, sleep. The galaxy is wrecked. Your kind is too damaged, too hollow to fight another war. The order is to hibernate. Tomb worlds, stasis chambers. Let the younger species rise, exhaust themselves, collapse. Wake when they are weak. The Silent King destroys his command codes. Exiles himself into the void with 60 billion souls worth of guilt for company. You lie down in your alcove. Your daughter is somewhere in this army. Maybe the unit beside you. You will never know. Systems power down. You think, maybe when I wake, this will make sense. The field takes you before you finish the thought. 60 million years pass. You don't experience a single second of them. No dreams, no duration, no sense of time accumulating. For the galaxy, everything changes. When civilizations rise, peak, collapse, and are forgotten, you exist in a metal coffin underground, maintained by repair scarabs that don't know why they're maintaining you, only that they are supposed to. That is the thing about systems. They continue whether or not anyone remembers why they were built. The second awakening is scheduled, efficient. Systems online. Welcome to the 41st millennium. Your engramic matrix is corrupted. Data fragmentation across critical sectors. You remember being a Necron tier. Radiation sickness, the war, having a family, having a daughter. You search for her name. The file exists. The data inside it is blank, not deleted, just gone, the way a word disappears when you stare at it too long. Your wife's name, same. Your brother, your sister. Empty space where people used to be stored. You try to feel panic, but nothing fires, just the cold intellectual recognition that you should be panicking, which is somehow worse. Around you, other Necrons wake. Most move normally. Some don't. One warrior unit scratches at its own chassis. Repetitive, obsessive, trying to peel back metal like there's something warmer underneath. The Flayer virus. A dying Cetan's parting curse. Eternal hunger for the flesh they lost. Another unit stands still, optics brightening past threshold, then opens fire on everything in range, including itself. The Destroyer cult. Necrons who looked at eternal, purposeless existence and made a decision. The math doesn't work. They keep doing it anyway. You understand both of them more than you're supposed to. Canoptech wraiths phase through the wall. They terminate the compromised units without ceremony. You check your own systems. Matrix damaged, but stable. Functional. Technically. Orders come. Reclaim territory. Your forces march through a dolmen gate onto a human world. They call themselves the Imperium now. They built cities directly over your tomb, which is either audacity or ignorance, and the result is the same. You advance. Raise your weapon. A soldier who cannot be older than 20 dissolves screaming, atom by atom. A dying officer grabs your ankle, leaves blood on the necrodermis, warm, wet. You look at it 4 seconds longer than tactical analysis requires. You file it under corrupted processing and move on. Back at the tomb, a cryptech runs diagnostics. Stops at you. Engramic matrix corruption, 67%. Accelerating. At 70%, the system wipes what remains and resets you to baseline warrior. No consciousness, no memories. No suffering. Just a chassis following orders with nothing inside it, like your daughter, like most of this army. Part of you wants that. Between deployments, you walk into a plasma core. Exceed the damage threshold deliberately. Your body teleports back automatically. Resurrection protocol. Standard feature, non-optional. You wake in the repair bay fully functional and fully trapped. Even death has been taken from you. The system thought of everything. Centuries pass, deployment, return, diagnostics, corruption climbing. Then your hand twitches unprompted. Flayer virus detected. Your repair protocols have been holding it back for centuries, fighting a divine curse with software patches. Your hand scratches at your chassis, repetitive, obsessive, searching for skin that isn't there. You know exactly what this becomes. Quarantine protocol is immediate termination. Flayers don't get resurrection. You should report yourself right now. You don't. Because for the first time in 60 million years, you feel something. Want, broken, monstrous, corrupted want that the virus is feeding, and you know that. You know exactly what it is, and you want it anyway. You want your daughter's name back. You want your wife's face, the real one, the one made of skin and the specific way she looked at you when she thought you weren't watching. You want warmth, weight, the particular gravity of being alive. The virus tells you that you can have it. Take it from someone else. You know it's a lie. Wearing skin won't make you alive any more than wearing a crown makes you a king. You want it anyway. After 60 million years of nothing, even a lie feels like oxygen. Last, your squad notices. 6 units surround you before you finish processing the impulse to run. Professional. Efficient. Weapons raised. One of them is your wife. She raises her Gauss flare. Optics lock onto you with the precision of targeting systems that don't hesitate. She recognizes you. You know she does. You can see it in the half-second delay before her protocols fully engage. The fractional pause that has no tactical explanation. You look at the metal face that used to be someone you loved, and somewhere in your corrupted 67% gone memory banks, something surfaces. Not her name. That's gone. Her face. The real one. Before all of this, smiling at something you said at a tomb dedication a lifetime ago in a body that no longer exists. The virus screams at you to charge. Your protocols scream at you to survive. You refuse both. You lower your arms. You wait. 3 seconds. 4. Her targeting systems stay locked. The pause stretches past any tactical justification. Then she fires. No phase out for flares, no resurrection. Your necrodermis dissolves atom by atom, and this time, for the first time in 60 million years, you feel it. Or you think you do. Maybe that's the virus. Maybe that's the corruption reaching critical threshold. Maybe that's just the last file executing before the drive fails. It doesn't matter. It feels like something. That has to count for something. Your last thought is not profound. It is not a summation. It is not the kind of thought worth carving into a tomb. Just a fragment. A child's voice on a rooftop, asking why the sky is so pretty if it makes everyone sick. You never did have a good answer for that. In somewhere beneath a world that has forgotten your name, a warrior unit continues its patrol. Basic programming. No memories, no awareness, no one home. It passes the corridor where you ended, does not register the residue, does not slow. The tomb systems log the termination in 3 characters. Update the roster. Flag the vacancy. Cue the replacement. 60 billion souls went into building this machine. It doesn't notice when it loses one more. It never did.